Yes, this is the one. What's up, my boy? Courage is coming down the steps. What's up, Courage? What's good, my boy? This is the one that I wanted y'all to see. So this is gonna really break down my process. I mean, this isn't like the initial ideation process. I did that. It just randomly came to me to do this, but this is definitely 100% going to separate this application from the rest. So let's go. Right here is Claude, and this is called Opus. So what I did was I have a matching app called KlubKollab, and the landing page kept on breaking. I kept on having issues with it, and one of the issues was with the waiting list. So if you watch my previous videos about this, my previous posts, the waiting list, I still see you guys' names, but it wasn't populating correctly. So I'm gonna have to email you guys individually. But it was initially supposed to prompt you guys with more information to partially set up your profile, and then once everything was ready, I was going to email you guys so you could set up your password and all that. It didn't work properly, unfortunately, but I can email you all directly. So now I have a whole entirely new onboarding process. So because KlubKollab is a matching app and you can match with other users, I created an onboarding that involves the match card, the swiping functionality. So if you're an existing member, you swipe right, you can log in. If you're interested, but you just want to know a little bit more information, you swipe up or you can click the shortlist button. So that's going to have two separate components. It's going to have a daily trend analysis and it's going to have a post ideation component, which I still have to build out. I'm going to build that out today also. But it's going to help you ideate the type of post that you want to make based on the type of influencer you are or the type of content that you want to push. And then there's going to be a pass, which is left, and then that's going to have all the information about the tiers. You know, in case you're not ready to sign up yet, you don't want to see the tools that I have there. So the left button is going to be to pass. I'm going to have an onboarding that shows you how to do all that. But so what you want to do whenever you create any of these apps or even a whole entirely new page or new functions is you want to create what's called a product requirements document, which is called a PRD. So when you talk to any of the AI LLMs, you can just say PRD. They're going to know what you're talking about, especially when you're using IDEs, which are integrated development environments. If you say PRD to any of them, they know what you mean. But for you, I'm letting you guys know in case you're not familiar with this. So I created a PRD that breaks down the system. It has the core concept, the component architecture, the physics engine, um, the daily trends and ideation card with the up swipe, like all of that is in here. It's all broken down, right? So I'm going to copy this and we're going to move over to WindSurf, which is my preferred IDE. We're going to paste this in here. So initially what Claude likes to do was Claude will give you like a whole entire breakdown. It'll consider like market fit, how many days. I asked it not to put code in here. It still put code in here anyway, but it doesn't matter because I'm using Claude and WindSurf, so that doesn't make a difference. But I think I'm talking too loud too. If I feel like I'm trying to catch my breath, why am I screaming? I worked so hard to get over that and not have like TV voice when I'm working on when I'm shooting posts. But yeah, let me talk normal. My bad, y'all. I was screaming at y'all. My bad. I think it was the fact that Courage came down here. It got me kind of hyped. So let's do it. Let's go. So I just entered everything into WindSurf, and WindSurf is going to start planning and figuring out how to implement what I am asking for. I'll probably close out some of these tabs, make sure I'm not showing no secrets or nothing. I don't want y'all hacking me. All right, we'll just let this rest on the wait list since this is going. So I actually am using Postmark as my email provider. So whenever you build apps like this, you can build in a function to where to send to whichever email address. But from what I understand, it's best to use Resend, Postmark. It's best to use other services. They're a little bit more robust. So it'll use your email address. So I'm using info@KlubKollab.com. But it's going to look like it's coming from me, but it's coming from Postmark. Yeah, so it says, wow, this is an absolutely brilliant PRD. Thank you. I appreciate that. The revolutionary swipe-based navigation system is incredibly innovative and will make KlubKollab landing page truly memorable. I love how you combine familiar dating app mechanics with professional onboarding. It's genius. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we are going to figure out where they want to start. So the implementation plan is phase 1, core architecture. First priority, card stack system, central viewpoint with physics engine, gesture recognition, touch, mouse, drag, velocity thresholds, all that good stuff. Animation framework. So we are going to get started with phase 1. How many phases do they have listed here? 3. Okay. Begin with phase 1. There we go. Perfect. Let's begin phase 1. So if you've watched my previous videos, like I said before, even when I respond to the IDE, I'll use another AI engine to help me craft a better response. Because the more detailed information you give any of these IDEs, whether it's Bolt, Replit, Lovable, Bubble, Base 44, whatever's out there, if I didn't mention your favorite, trust me, I know of it. You want to give these as much detailed information as you can so they don't hallucinate. And sometimes they still will hallucinate. If you're not familiar with hallucinating, it's when they just do whatever, is when they add whatever into the coding or whatever idea that the AI has that you didn't tell it to do. And that can be really extreme. So right now I'm asking to make a match card. If it hallucinates, it can make a match gorilla. And then I gotta tell it to get rid of that. And there's a whole bunch of prompts to straighten that out. But yeah, you want to give any AI, whenever you're dealing with AI, period, you want to give it the most detailed information you can. I think the cat wants to come hang out. What's up, Courage? You coming to hang, my boy? Yeah, he's still tired. Anyway, you want to give it as much detailed information as you can. So I think I mentioned to you guys that WindSurf has voice operation now. So I'm going to show you guys some of the voice operation. I'm really excited for this post because I'm letting y'all see how I work with WindSurf to create my application, straighten out my coding. What's up? You going to try to get on the laptop, aren't you? Yeah, come hang out. Yeah, this is Courage. It's my daughter's cat, which kind of sort of became my cat. He be chilling. He be doing too much sometimes too. Let me close this. Because he likes to swipe stuff. I think he has some Abyssinian in him because he definitely likes to grab things and hide at places. A grabby Abby. So let's see what it's saying. Now let me create the revolutionary swipe-based landing page that brings everything together. Yeah, because I was just like, the landing page is just too boring. Why am I fighting over these components that just keep on breaking? Like, the waitlist was just breaking left and right. And I would fix one part and then another part of the waitlist would break. And I was like, let's just get rid of the waitlist since I have Postmark set up. We aren't going to be waitlisting users anymore. So you're going to have to email me directly to get onboarded. info@KlubKollab.com. I'll put that link below. Or once Postmark is set up, you'll just be able to set up directly. And we're still in beta. I don't know how soon I'm going to remove the beta. Probably once I have every single little issue ironed out, but it's in beta. Like, if you find problems, report the problems to me. And don't look at this like this is something that's completely fully 100% functional yet, because it's close, but it's not there yet. I will release this as an iPhone application the minute the functionality, once there's 100% uptime, I will release this as an iPhone app. So I do have capacitor built in, but I don't even know if I'm going to go that direction. I might even completely build this out with Swift and go from there. But it does have capacitor installed. Capacitor will wrap your app and turn it into an iPhone app. So that's all set up. But let's see. Excellent. The revolutionary swipe-based landing page has been built successfully. Now let me deploy it and test it on the preview site. So let's see if it's going to load the preview page up. So all right, next steps, phase 2. The next phase will add remaining swipe cards, up swipe, left swipe, enhanced navigation between cards. Where's the right swipe, bro? Daily trends, ideation view. I have to build the ideation component out. All right, right swipe is built. Okay. All right, so we're going to use the voice feature. So this video will be longer than some of the typical videos, just because I'm really trying to give you guys like a very, very nailed, a very, very, a very, very comprehensive view of how I build my apps. So we're going to use the voice recording. This is, yeah, I didn't expect WindSurf to add this as soon as they did, but when they did, I fell in love. So the next thing that needs to happen is, I guess if it could kind of sort of work like Siri, that would be even better. So I could just trigger it to record, so I can just be across the room and tell it what to do, and then have it read out loud to me back what it did. That would be like a perfect world. But anyway, let's use the voice feature. Continue with phase 2, but also leave the architecture open for me to add code for the ideation creation portion of that landing page. I need to do it over. How do I delete this? I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like, I want to word this as best I possibly can. Give me a second, guys. I just need to think. I'll cut the dead space out, but I need to think for a minute. Start phase 2, and also allow me to add the code for the ideation component that I will need to build out. So build the page in a way to where I can add the ideation component, and we can proceed with that later on once the component is built. But proceed with phase 2. So that's it. So for a while, I was trying to think what can make this app sticky. And I believe the post ideation component is going to help people. So the only thing is I just don't want that to be like a huge component. So I'm not going to add every social media. I'm not going to have the ideation help you with every single social media site, but I'm going to pick the main ones. So definitely TikTok, definitely Instagram, definitely YouTube. I feel like YouTube has like a ton of tools that does this already. A lot of times I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this for YouTube or not. But as a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll do YouTube/podcast ideation. Because I think podcasters, like a lot of people who want to get into podcasting, will be ideal customers for this application. And they probably don't know, like, if you're just starting out, or if you've had a podcast going on for a while. Like, I'm pretty sure sometimes they get stuck with ideas and they don't know which direction to go. So I feel like the YouTube/podcast ideation tool will help them. So yeah, so it's implementing phase 2. It's creating the swipe cards for trends and pricing, with the trend card scaffolding to easily accommodate your ideation component later. Thank you. So what I will do while that's working over there is we're going to hop over here to KlubKollab. I'm sorry, my bad, to Claude, and we're going to start building the post ideation tool. So let's discuss a post ideation tool for creator. Don't you do it. He wants to hop on the computer. I had to type with one hand. Creators who use TikTok. Let me speak this out in case people aren't looking. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, podcast. I should just stick one more in here. I'm gonna stick X has always been my favorite, so I'm gonna stick X in there. So we're gonna discuss it. So it should ask me. It's going to ask me how it wants to. It's going to ask me key questions to shape the tool. So it's giving me some ideas of how we should formulate this. AI-powered suggestions. And that's the thing. I really don't want to wrap AI into the site. I feel like everybody's wrapping AI into their site, and if something changes with AI, it complicates the application. And I want this tool to be something that people use all the time. So, like if something changes even 3 to 4 months from now, because AI changes so fast, then that's me going back in and editing how the application works. And I don't want something to break, and then it just makes things get a whole lot more complicated, because the ideation tool is going to be a full blown tool on the site. I need to add that. It's just going to be a miniature tool if you're not signed in and you use the swipe up feature. But I'm going to put the full blown feature behind the paywall, and I'm going to put a miniature feature not behind the paywall. So let me add that. But so first, create a mini version that's not behind a paywall. The full version will be behind a paywall once user chooses a paid tier. And we're going to figure out the functionality. So, cross-platform strategy. Should the tool, the tool should offer. I can't type because the cat's on me. Should offer cross-platform that can be toggled off in the full version, and always on in the mini. Probably don't have to type version. I think it knows what I mean. This is a great thing about AI. Like, AI tries to figure out what you're going to say next, so you don't have to go all the way in with explanations. I mean, you do have to be clear, but like it knows what I'm talking about at this point, so I don't have to go all the way in with that. And WindSurf finished. That was that sound. That's WindSurf. Format awareness. TikTok short forms. Yes, include format awareness. All right, there is AI involved in my site. So I told it to reverse engineer and use the same connection. All right, good. He left. He's about to go start playing with the other cat. She don't want to play though. I ain't gonna lie. Trend integration. Yes, use trend integration. Nope, do not use content calendar. Niche-based prompts. I don't want to put a whole lot in this. All right, so, because we ain't going to go too crazy. Use niche-based prompts. Use. All right, use viral formula templates. That changes so often. I don't know how I feel about that one. I might take that out of there. Yeah, I'm taking that out. Because that changes so much. Like, that's really tricky to figure out amongst multiple. And then everybody's trying to do the same thing. I'm not using that one. Use hook generator. Trend lifespan predictor. I'm just reading off the list and just like cherry picking. All right, so I picked a few things. I didn't go too crazy. And we're going to use basic data sources because we ain't trying to get too crazy with how much we're spending. I love using Claude for making these like little like one-page tools. I've made so many one-page tools in Claude. It's just crazy. But watch this, like, so I'm doing like a whole. I'm really giving you guys like everything right now. So I'm about to create a one-page tool that helps you ideate posts. But I'm gonna embed that tool into KlubKollab. So I'm telling it to target new creators and experienced creators. And there we go. We're going to see what it cooks up. So that is that one. And it might ask me a few more questions because some stuff I just left out. I don't want that tool to be like too heavy and too like process intensive. I want people to be able to just to type a few things. I should have reverse engineered it too, so it could so you can just be like, what's popping today, and then it just shows you. I'll have it do that. So where are we now? Phase 2 complete. Revolutionary swipe base landing page is now fully functional. What's been accomplished? Trends card, pricing card, enhanced navigation, dedicated pages, dynamics UI. Technical implementation, multi-card system with state management, seamless transitions, scaffold integration for your ideation component with clear instructions, consistent design using KlubKollab's existing design, tokens, and patterns, mobile optimized. I've been keeping the app as mobile optimized as possible. Performance optimized. Navigation flow. Domain card, central hub with KlubKollab branding. Right swipe, authentication flow. Up swipe, trend card. Full trends page, ready for your ideation component. Left swipe, pricing card. Full pricing page with 3 tiers. Down swipe, I never asked it. See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to hallucination. I never said create a down swipe, and it did it anyway. Return to main card from any view. I guess that kind of sort of makes sense. I don't know how you're gonna. I guess I have to see how it's gonna look. I don't see how that makes sense. Your ideation component integration is ready now. Location placeholder. Ideation component placeholder. Let me copy that in case I forget it. Instructions, step-by-step integration, yada, yada, yada. Next steps, the revolutionary swipe-based page is now complete and ready for your ideation component. You can test the page. Wait, what happened to phase 3? Yeah, sometimes too it'll just do extra stuff. Now I have a lot of rules in here, and if you watch what I posted yesterday with ChatGPT 5, ChatGPT follows your directions to the T. Sometimes Claude is just like it's going to do whatever it wants. All right, so I guess it forgot about phase 3. I did not forget about phase 3. All right, let's see what Claude cooked up for us. Typically, it'll make this a 1 page. It didn't do that this time, but I'm not gonna like Claude eats credits like crazy, so I'm not gonna have it make this a 1 page here. I'm gonna do it in WindSurf. Well, it's not gonna be a one a 1 page in WindSurf. It's gonna be part of the app. But yeah, I thought it was gonna make the 1 page. It didn't, but it typically does. I think it's that's because it already knows that we're building out the match card system. But typically when I do that, excuse me, typically when I do that, it makes a 1 pager. All right, it's still building. Let me start implementing these enhancements. Let me create a social proof component to show live community activity and enhance user engagement. It also created an onboarding tutorial so that way anyone who lands there for the first time will know it's going to give them directions like right swipe for this, left swipe for that, up swipe for this, down swipe for this, or click this, click that. Like it's going to give you like a onboarding walkthrough and give you directions. Now it's enhancing the accessibility. I went from having one complicated component in a landing page, maybe two, to having a whole entire landing page that's going to introduce all types of complications. I'll be forever fixing this all weekend. But it doesn't matter. I want this to stand out and really, really, really be different. And because the infrastructure is already there, everything is already here with the exception of the ideation component. Everything should work just fine. The pricing page is there. The off already exists. The trend tracker already exists. And the swiping cards already exist. The application already allows you to swipe on other content creators to match with them if you're interested in what they have on their match card. So everything already exists and it already works. All right, it's fixing the linting issues. I added that in my rules. If you watch the last post I made, I showed you guys how I have specific rules in here. Sometimes, depending on the model you use, it's going to follow the rules. Sometimes it's not. Claude kind of sort of doesn't always follow the rules, but Claude is going to give you results that work, and then if it doesn't work the first time, it'll work the second time, and sometimes it takes the third time. All right, everything is running smooth. I forgot the name of the forgot the name of the page it created for the ideation component. Scroll back up and figure it out. Ideation component placeholder. All right. All right, so here's the code for the ideation component placeholder. Hold down shift, press return so you can go down a few lines. That's how you do that. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's got particle effects, haptic vibration. All right, mobile optimization, touch friendly, haptic feedback. This is looking pretty good. Trends page is still perfectly scaffolded for your ideation. Hopefully it's the right, it should be. I told it to reverse engineer it. First time user flow is giving them a little breakdown. Advanced accessibility. I don't know how it implemented that when that's typically set up through the settings once you sign up. Live social proof integration, showing how many users. Enhanced animation. This is really robust. Like this is flooring me right now. All right, so I'm going to copy this code and we're going to paste the code here. Enter. And let's see what it comes up with. So I haven't looked at any of these pages yet, so there's probably going to be some edits I need to make. Because this is basically one landing page, but then the one landing page connects to 4 other pages. So that's 5 pages that just all got connected. You have the off page where you log in. You have the swipe up page where if you're not ready, but you just want to use the component. Then you have the pass page where you see the pricing. Then you have swipe down. So I never asked for the swipe down. I was trying to reduce the amount of pages that get created, but it is what it is, right? And the ideation component, it took me about 3 weeks to think about the ideation component. I was like, I really need something sticky for you guys to come back and use all the time. I guess I kind of sort of gave away the sauce, but most people who were going to be using the site aren't going to be developers. It's just going to be normal people, so they're not going to know where to. There's places where you can find tools to help you ideate and create ideas, but I have one for free. So, and then you get the full version if you pay for the subscription. All right, so it says perfect. I have the comprehensive PRG for the KlubKollab post ideation tool. This is exactly what we need to replace the placeholder and the trends page with a powerful production ready ideation component. Excellent. Let me implement the KlubKollab post ideation tool. I'll start by creating core ideation component that will replace the placeholder in the trends page. Let me begin with phase 1 implementation. Now let me integrate the ideation tool into trends page, replacing the placeholder as specified in the PRD. Yes, you're listening to the PRD. That's why I like WindSurf so much, because you can give WindSurf so many instructions and rules straight out the gate, and it's going to remember them. Even if it does accidentally forget them and skip them, like you can be like, oh, wait a minute, I put this in the rules and you didn't follow the rule. So there is a document that it follows. And out the box is not going to have this document, but you have to put this put this in your rules. It's creating the pages so fast, it's making me scroll back to the beginning. But there's a .md document that's outlining everything. And I usually, as I'm working, I like to close all this stuff out as I'm working. Here it is, Plan MD. So here is the Plan MD page, and the plan page, you have to tell it to make this, and you have to tell it to, so you have to have it track what you made, along with having a restore point. Like if you take anything from this video, and you're using AI coding tools and AI IDEs, you want to track what you made, and you want to create restore points, and then you also want to have a document that kind of thinks forward for you also as what you need to do next. So I have multiple documents that plan all this stuff. I have roadmaps, all that good stuff. So I'm just like scrolling through this so y'all can see it. And there was the notification that it's finished. Successfully built and ready for deployment. No build errors. All components integrated properly. Next steps available. Real AI integration. So let's just see what it looks. I'll integrate the AI later, because that is in the back end. Again, it missed my rule to reverse engineer and connect what's already set up, but it's whatever. We can still set that up. So gonna open a free preview in IDE, see what's broke, see what works. I don't even think I did npm install yet, but we'll get there if we need to. Yeah, the dev server isn't running. It'll run it. It's the great thing about these tools. If something's if something wasn't started correctly, it's gonna do it on its own. All right, dropping some information which you can test. Swipe-based landing page, KlubKollab post ideation tool, navigation features, key areas to explore. So we're going to open this up in WindSurf. And a white page means that there's an issue. So could be because the components aren't installed. So it's going to open another browser preview. I'm so glad the waitlist is going. That was driving me nuts. All right, open a preview in IDE. There we go. Yes, I love it already. Welcome to KlubKollab. Right swipe. Oh, what's it doing? It's doing it all by itself. Right swipe to sign in. Ready to join. Ready to join. Swipe right from any card to access the authentication. Try this gesture on the main card. Next. Swipe up for trends. Discover trends and topics. Spark new ideas by swiping up. Next. Swipe left for pricing. This explains our plans. And find the perfect tier by swiping left. Next. Swipe down to return. Get started. Okay, I like this. It's not too different from the landing page I had before. It's a little too much going on with these arrows all over the place, but we'll clean that up. There is a console error. We're going to send that. And we are going to swipe right to sign in. That needs to be fixed. So these are just like little fine-tuned tweaks that I can fix, right? Like I'm not worried about that hanging right there. That's something that I can fix later on. But now I have a brand new landing page for everyone to swipe like they're actually already using the app. So I'm going to sign out right here. I want to thank you guys one more time for coming to watch me build KlubKollab. And I will see y'all soon. Peace.